Welcome to the No Ideas Original Podcast, episode 161, Deep Math. We got Imam gonna pull up. We got XP, he gonna pull up. Sally Bay, salute, bro, salute. What's good? Let's get Rob in here. What's the word?
What's groovy? What's groovy, King?
Hey, shit, what's up with you? How you doing?
You in a minute? How you been, brother?
Ain't nothing. Sally Bay working. My man, this man then recorded 50 tracks over the last 2 weeks, boy. I ain't even gonna put them on to what your new process is. But yo, he been sending me some joints. That's crazy.
Sally got it together, bro. His mind is. God bless you, Sally. I appreciate you, bro.
Word, that's a fact. What you been up to?
I'm here, man. I can't make no noise. At least I'm trying not to make no noise right now. Just been home, man. Just taking care of the, fam, the dogs. Season is changing, so I'm getting my seeds and all that together. Just a quick little. Got my table ready to go over there. Everything
That's what's up.
So waiting for the season to break in. Today was a nice day.
Knowledge born.
Knowledge born. Peace to the God.
What up, Knowledge? How you doing?
What's up, Dr. Wade? We in the building too.
Hold on. We gotta acknowledge. I think it was Dr. Wade's birthday the other day too. Gritty.
Shout out to Dr. Wade. Oh shit, we got happy birthday to you. Gritty, I see you. What's up, good brother?
Gritty in here.
Outside of that, what else has been going on? It's been slow motion, man. I stepped out the other day to hang out with the fellas. It's been a minute since I did that.
You went to the city?
Yeah, I was in the Bronx, man.
Okay.
I don't know why. I ended up right where I wasn't supposed to end up, to be honest with you. Right? But I did make some moves. Me and my man Pro, shout out to El Pro, and baby boy Pop took me to a nice dispensary down in Brooklyn. Spot was litness. Son. It had a menu. Like, I was in that bitch.
Oh, you was in the city.
City.
BZ.
Thug.
What's BZ? What up, son?
Salute, generals.
Peace, kid. What's up?
Peace. What's good, my brother?
Ain't nothing. Let's see. We get XP. Get XP in here. But yo, so you was deep in the city. You said you went to BK to the dispensary?
Nah, I went to Brooklyn Boulevard, son. This dispensary. Oh my God, this dispensary had the menu like McDonald's in there, son. I was in there. I want to blow myself up, but Jesus Christ, I don't scoop my shit up crazy, son. And my man was like, yo, Rob, listen, bro, you can walk out of here with a nice piece of something, man, for short paper. And sure enough, he laced me up. I'm like, okay, I got to try it right now. Brooklyn Boulevard is a spot.
But yo, where in Bruckner? Where's the dispensary on Bruckner?
Oh, man, it's right off 138th. I think the address is 147th and something. And this is the crazy thing, right? So here it is. Brothers been getting locked up for weed for years, right? So we come out the dispensary with goodie bags, and the patio is right outside, son. So I'm like, hold on. So it's people out here protecting niggas from not getting ran up on for their shit. Walking out of there with ounces. Word is bond, son.
It's real. It's real.
Oh, and they're protecting us so we don't get robbed now. This shit is crazy, son.
But you was when you said Bruckner, I thought you was uptown. You was in Sobro. Like that whole area down there is like built up, right?
I was in Sobro, yo. It's a different world down there, bro. For real, man.
They got art galleries. That's what Bistro is,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yo, wherever there was abandoned buildings, they got new buildings. And the funny thing about the new buildings, they all look like hotel lobbies.
That's deep.
The Bronx looking different, bro. The Bronx looking different right now, son.
Yeah, I heard about something like that. I read up on something about that in Brooklyn, East New York, man. They have some like private developers that are
Yeah,
coming in with the housing authority and buying the projects and all of that. Like that's a real thing that's happening right now.
yeah, thing that's happening.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So that's where I guess a lot of the gentrification and things like that is coming into play. So yeah, it's a lot going on.
Big
Yo,
time.
that's crazy because
Yeah.
nobody wanted to live there. Like I grew up in the South Bronx and nobody wanted to live there before all of that property was burnt down and it was vacant lots.
Hey,
Now it's like, yo, that's multi-million-dollar. That's considered to be kind of probably like riverfront property now.
let me tell you,
Yeah.
there's not a lot. There's not a
Absolutely,
lot
man.
that's not filled in the Bronx. Before they had a bunch of vacant lots, a lot of unclaimed lots. There's not a lot that's not filled in the Bronx, bro.
Mm.
And you got to know, when you're in New York, you don't build out, you build up. So ain't
Yeah.
nothing but build going through the yo. It's looking crazy. It's like it's a bunch of skyscrapers in the Bronx, yo.
Well, that's a fact. That's a fact. I did see that when I went through the town. I was like, what's going on? It's like that in Queens too, man. You
It's
go to
getting
Queens
like
Plaza
that.
before you get to QB, you go to Queens Plaza, you see like, everything is like you said, skyscrapers and a lot of different things like that, man. It's definitely a whole different look,
Right.
That's a fact.
Come on,
XP.
Thug, how you been?
Yo. Hold on. Let me fix my shit real quick. My G's, my bad.
Oh,
Copy.
All right.
Let me fix this real quick.
The big Miho in the building.
My bad. There we go.
That's my
Yeah.
boy
What's
right
poppin'?
there, son.
What up?
Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
to you,
XP.
Yeah, son.
XP.
What's poppin', man?
Imam.
How y'all doing, man? What's up, man? What's up?
doing well,
Good, it's
God.
good, Miho.
That's
Checking in from
what's
LA,
up. That's
right?
what's up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All
I'm
right.
actually getting ready for a trip and shit right now. So I was like trying to just look for the the right spot, man. You know what I'm saying? To just chill for a bit,
Yeah.
get the interview done and shit, man. But
Word, word.
I appreciate
Where you
y'all.
going? Where you going? Where's your
Um,
trip to?
I'm actually I haven't said anything, but I actually got invited to Harvard
Oh,
University.
Okay.
wow. That's dope.
Yeah, so
See that?
my man, 1,000 words, he does like a lot of the photography, and he's like I would say he covers the new renaissance of hip hop. I would say, like who's on the rise and shit like that. So he invited me through because they're doing these articles on up and coming artists and shit like that. So he invited me to shoot through over there and and tell my story. So yeah, man, I'm pretty hype about it because
Mm.
I grew up,
Well, you
smoking weed
son,
in
you
class, and I got invited to Harvard. So I'm like, all right, this shit can happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep math. That's deep math,
yo,
son.
Word.
oh, let me tell you, they putting the tequila next to the fire. You blowing shit down.
Yes, sir.
You blowing shit down out here, son, for real.
That's what's up. Appreciate
Yeah.
y'all,
Yo,
man.
yo,
Word up.
let me ask both y'all, like yo, I grew up on the East Coast, but growing up on
Right.
the East Coast, there still was influences from the West Coast and dudes that I appreciated. So I'm just wondering from both of your perspectives, Imam, from yours, being a QB dude, who were your influences on the West Coast? And XP, I would ask you the same thing,
Right.
being from Cali, who was your influences on the East Coast?
Right. You want to go first, Simon? You want to go
Yeah,
first?
I'll tell you. Well, my influence came from like NWA. You know what I'm saying? And NWA, you know what I'm saying? Cube, Dre and them boys,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Bringing in the DOC and all them boys,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, I love go back to that. Big Snoop, Uncle Snoop, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That deep cover hit QB, it was
Yeah,
crazy and
Mm-hmm.
just out of
Crazy.
control. Yeah, we might as well have been in LA. It was
Nah,
crazy out
that's
there
what's
right
up.
there.
That's what's
Nah.
up. That's
You know
what's
what I'm
up.
saying? So yeah, I got a lot of favorites, man. I got a lot of favorites from LA, man. That's a whole fact.
Word.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Yeah, man. I mean, I always like to say that like I'm a fan of just hip hop in general, man. And growing up here on the West Coast, I mean, I guess seeing everything that Snoop and Easy and Dre were like rapping about right in front of my, in front of my face, the low riders, the gangbanging shit. Like I
Yeah.
guess musically, I wanted to see, like, I wanted to listen and visualize New York because that's all I had. I couldn't travel over there. I'm you know,
Wow.
I'm from the, you know, from the hood and shit. So I used to gravitate towards, like, you know, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang,
Yeah.
real essence driven artists, you know, that
Mm.
carry the you know, the raw essence of hip hop, which is I say, you know, the beats, lyrics, and, you know, skill, because I feel like
Yeah.
if you carry the skill, I feel like naturally it just, you know, it sounds East Coast because that's just where the shit came from. It's the essence, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I feel like growing up, man, I say that Queensbridge was a main influence on, you know, my sound, like listening to Mobb Deep, listening
Yeah.
to a Nas, Cool G Rap, I say this shit to this day. I
That's
say,
big.
like, Queensbridge had some shit in the water or some shit because it was just like, it was like a factory for like
Hey,
ill ass MCs, you know. Imam's up there too, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, Capone, Noriega, like just real hardcore driven artists, man, was really what I gravitated towards. Like, I like hip hop with an attitude, man. You know what I'm saying? I like hip
Yeah.
hop that, you know, tells a story, shit that
Yeah.
has raw beats, like, and you know, don't get me wrong, like, coming from the West Coast, we have underground groups and artists that were around at that time. But like I said, I didn't gravitate towards that sound because I felt naturally the skill and what I wanted to listen to and what I liked was, you know, out of the East Coast, man. That's where you get
Big
my
Nas.
sound from. You know what I'm saying? So,
That's
yeah,
heavy,
man.
man. That's
Tell you
heavy.
what's
Facts.
Yo, I just want to add. I want to add on to that real quick, cause obviously, like, I never did a record with XP, so ill
this is
how
the first?
yeah, this is the first record we've ever done before, and it was
Facts.
like it was incredible. Like, when I sent him the track, he sent it back to me in like 2 days, and I'm gonna tell you something. When I listened to the track, I was like, damn, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
He sounded like he was from the East Coast. I was like, yo, who is this? This dude is,
That's what's
you know
up.
what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this
I
kid right
consider that
here.
a compliment, homie.
no,
Like real talk. Like when I hear
Yeah.
that, and people like, yo, you sound like. I take that shit as a compliment. You know, I don't. You know, like, I don't see it as like I'm trying to sound any way. Like, this is just I'm a culmination of just real shit. You know what I'm saying? I was an
you
'80s
said
baby. I
I'm a
got to
fat.
see all the transition from the music, from it being on a fucking, you know what I'm saying, from the shit on a tape CD to, you know, digital. Like, I seen the whole shit, you know what I'm saying, where, and honestly, you know, I'm a fan first, so I'm always gonna be a fan first of this shit, bro, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and then, you know,
You know what's dope?
Imam's on some legendary hip hop shit, so, like, you know what I mean, I've been in tune with him, you know, because I rock with Queensbridge, I rock with the mob and shit, so it's like, you know, it's not, you know, you got to know who's who
Right.
when you walk up into Queensbridge and shit like that, you know. So
Word.
that's just
Oh
what it
man.
is, you know what I mean?
Yo, X, let me tell you this, bro. You make West Coast feel East Coast. And I was listening to the latest joint. I had to smoke. I had to light up and smoke. I'm like, hold on. You talk about
That's what's up.
shit. This shit sound like it's right here in my backyard. And I like what you said
Thank
about
you, brother.
yourself.
Appreciate you.
You said this about yourself, and this is deep math. You said, I'm a bastard of 1,000 MCs.
Facts, bro.
Man.
Facts.
What? Me,
You
the
put that
big me
together.
home telling y'all.
Facts, bro. That's the way, you know, because I feel, as, you know, being a fan and, you know, being a student, I feel like you pull from everybody that you fuck with, and I feel like inspirationally, you know what I'm saying, you get inspired by all these artists, and I feel like as a fan you pick and pull shit, and then you put it in your pot, and then you stir your pot, and then you come up with your flavor, and then you
Yeah.
you serve up the plates, and then if everybody rocking with it, you're like, fuck it, I guess I got a good, you know, recipe going here, you know what I'm saying? I got the sancocho mucho. I got the menudo popping over here. Facts.
Yo, yo,
Yeah, son.
this right here, this the 50th year anniversary, right? Hip hop. So,
Right.
what would you, well, I guess from both of y'all, what would you like to see to ensure that the culture progresses? Because you talked a little bit, XP, about like the evolution, like from
Right.
records, CDs to digital to whatever it is. But when you start thinking about like the evolution in terms of like the business acumen around it, like some artists get left behind because their approach is
Right.
still one that they
Right.
believe
Right.
they need to sign to a major record label or whatever it is. So I guess from both of you perspective, what do you think needs to happen to ensure that the next 50 years, hip
Well,
hop has evolved, not just the artistry element of it, not just the
we're
artist,
just the whole,
but
yeah.
everything within the element.
Well, first, and foremost, I'm gonna delve into. I feel like this needs to happen. Like young with the older generation linking up, keeping this shit moving, locked in. I feel like obviously we have to move with the times too. And I don't know about the TikTok shit because I ain't on any of that shit because I don't really. I feel like that's too
Don't worry about it.
corny for me. But I will utilize. Yeah, that's just too corny for me. But I will utilize. I will utilize all my platforms, man, and see what I feel needs to be done in this day and age. If you don't have a home studio at your crib or something super close where if you have an idea, you want to lace it, you want to drop it, I feel like that's what needs to happen with the new evolution of MCs is self-sufficient, recording your own shit. If you can mix and master your own shit, even better. If you could produce your own shit, even better.
Yeah, man.
So I feel like, self-sufficient. And then even with like dropping shit, like I like the way, Imam's been really trajecting this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got this. Here's the cover art. Here's this. And like, it's one thing, to link up and do a song with somebody, but when you guys are all in, whether it's just, a single, whether it's a project, I feel like, the whole like, I'm gonna push this. This is what I got, mijo. Let's boom, boom, boom. You rocking with this? Let's go. So I feel like just the whole thing of input and insight and let me do this and hopefully he rocks with it. You rocking with it? Cool. Let's run it. So I feel like the whole thing of just having that desire to have something that you created and get it out in all avenues as best as you can. And obviously using the barter system works and stuff like that. But if you have to invest in shit sometimes, and you got to invest sometimes, you believe in some shit and you sat down, you worked on that shit, you put hours into it. Why wouldn't you want to, just give it a little bit of off? You know what I'm saying? Like, here, man, let me give you a little bit of bread, little something to help you out. You know what I'm saying? And in a long sense, I feel like artists, we like to drop shit, we like to create, we like to drop the content, but the work comes after that, man. I feel like the real work, the real shit that you got to do comes after the other work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not to cut you, but you just said something that I tell people a lot of times, right? So you think about it, people, they'll go and record and do whatever it is, but then look for somebody else to invest in them. Like, if you're not willing to invest in yourself, why would somebody else want to invest in you? But yo, Iman, this conversation sounds familiar to the conversation we was having the other night, right? When you was talking about like, yo, the legs you put behind your joint. You want to add on?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, everything that XP said is 100,000, man. I'm saying that's why I rock with son. I'm saying because he's on the same wavelength. I'm saying he's on self-sufficient wave. Right. He got his Mijo records. He got his vision for where he wants to take his platform, and I got a ton of respect for that. So
right back at you, G.
So for me, it was nothing for me to to holler at my man in Tokyo, Japan. Like, listen, me and XP, the mom got something. Here's the rough mix cat, so you can listen to it before it gets cleaned up by Steve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So all of that is honorable work. You know what I'm saying, on both sides. You know what I'm saying, and that's what it takes. Like you said, it takes. You know what I'm saying, the younger generation, the older generation, locking in. You know what I'm saying, and bringing new heat, culture, feeding the culture. And, once we get the record done, we want to get it on the radio so that people can hear it. We want to to get out there. We want to perform it so the people can see us live. That's coming up next.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And let the world, like I said in the chorus, worldwide exclusive. This is for
Right.
the whole world.
Facts.
What'd you say? Here to blow your mind, having you on the grind. Listen, bro.
Right.
Right there. Yo, talk about who produced that, because that, whoo, Jesus Christ.
Hey,
That's that boy Willie B. That's that boy Willie B, man. He's a beast, dog. He's a beast, man. He does a lot of stuff for me, man. Like, you know, he's an artist, you know, first and foremost. He's a producer, engineer, he's a DJ. He's just a jack of all trades, man. And I think he has this crazy sound when he does the mixing and the mastering. He just has like this crazy, I feel when I hear my shit hit with everything that he's coming with, I like my shit. You know what I mean? And I've tried, you know, engineers here and there, you know what I'm saying? It sounds cool. It sounds, you know, you can turn it up and listen to it, but there's this, you know, something that I don't know what it is, but it's like a crunch. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but it has a crunch to it, like an old, you know, 12-inch, you know, kind of vinyl feel to it. So,
The crack,
and that's
crackles
the shit my ear be fucking going crazy for. So I'm like, all right, I want my shit to sound like that. But yeah, man, Willie B's a super a talented individual. He, you know, like I said, man, he's just, you know, he's a jack of all trades, man. And he killed the beat, and it was a trip though because he came with the beat. I did the shit, and then Willie hit me. And he's like, "Yo, you're on that beat." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "I made that shit." I was like, "What the fuck?" And he's already doing something for me. So I'm like, "All right, this shit's all in house. It's all in house. It's all
Yo, the add on to that, I'm a split screen the whole thing. On the other side of the split screen, I was on the phone with Willie B, and he's like, "I do all XP's mixing." I said, "What?" I said, "For real?"
Facts.
So we was both going through the same thing on different sides of the screen.
Right.
Which
So it was a layup.
It was a verified moment. It was a
Right.
confirmed moment that what we was doing was something special. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And XP trusted me to do the chorus. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, I gave him the beat. And I was like, damn, I think I should have just gave him the chorus too with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want him to work too hard on it. You know what I mean? And I thought about it and I asked him. You know what I'm saying? I talked to him about, yo, X, what do you think about this? He said, yo, son.
It's perfect.
I was like, that's it. That's all I needed to hear. As long as I got cooperation from my brother, we on the same page, we communicating.
Nah, that's it. That's I mean, you know, enough said after that, man. You know what I mean?
So
Yo,
shout out to Willie B, man. Shout out to Willie B. I did a joint for him.
Shout out to my G Boo Boo. I see you, my G.
Willie B went for that one, so he dug out the pots. He put a little grits in there, a little.
Listen, I did a verse for son called Queen's Anthem. He got coming out, and I asked him. I said, "Yo, just give me a track." He sent me a few joints. I picked one. That was it, and I sat on it for a minute because I just wanted to see where I wanted to take it. And it would just so happen that we was doing the Tampa show, and on Twin was like, yo, I got my man XP is gonna be there too. I was like, damn, all right, let me see what's up with this kid. 'Cause I never, you know what I'm saying, I never seen him before. So when I met him, his energy was so honorable.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate
he had
you.
an honorable spirit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what led me to kind of like follow up with him and things like that. You know, both. You know, my mom's passed away a few years ago in COVID. We both share a lot of different things like that. So, you know what I mean? It's a lot of deep math. You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
so that's
facts.
why the record is deep math.
Facts. Straight facts.
It's on the shirt right here. You feel me? You got these coming to you too, XP.
I still need my joint.
Yeah, we got these coming. Sincerely, God gonna tap in and get this to you, man. We got this coming to y'all too, son. No ideas. We got this coming to y'all.
That's what's up, man.
Yo, hold on. Tell our audience what exactly is deep math.
Everything is deep math. It's all math, man. Life is math. You know what I'm saying? Death
Talk
is
about
math.
It, sir.
You know, the struggle is math. The rise and the fall is math. You know, how you go from one level to the next is math. How you know, getting there is one thing, staying there is another. Then you got to take it higher. All of that's math. So,
facts, bro.
Wherever you at in life, to get there, that's deep math.
Deep math. You got that on. You got to Sometimes you have to divide, man, and you got to put it all together in order to get your
Yeah.
ingredients. When you making a cake, it tell you half a butter, 2 pieces of this, it's
Right,
all
right.
Or
It's all math.
you just do the math. It's like it's equality. I put it on the shirt form right here, man. You know what I'm
right.
saying? This is negative and positive energy right here. This is equality right here. This is power. This is power to the second power right here. You know what I'm saying? And I left this open because we want people to put their own signs in there.
All right.
Yeah. You know
We
what
got
I
they can put
mean?
their own
I
math
see
symbols
what
in
I
there.
mean.
And we're going to send them shirts to them personally, man. XP, we're going to send it to them. And we'll send them posters and all that. We're going to bring it all to the show. And we're going to show love and feed the culture.
That's what it is, man.
Yo, so Imam, D Math is gonna be on Immortal Legend 2, right? What did you learn from Immortal Legend 1 to Immortal Legend 2 that's gonna help you take this album to the next level?
Give the people more what they're asking for. You know, from Imam Thug. You know what I'm saying? They want raw Imam. They want that raw Illuminati, Imaminati. They want that driver's
Yeah.
seat. You know what I'm saying? They want that driver's seat from that. You know what I mean? So they want stuff like that. They want that,
That essence.
all that classic shit. Yeah, they want that. So that's why I said I'm gonna give it to them, but I'm gonna beef it up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna hit them with this deep math first, so they can understand that it's deep math.
Yeah.
Everything is deep math, and just adding XP to it is just flavor, man. Love to the West Coast, man. You know what I'm saying?
Fact, bro.
We've always had love for the West Coast, especially from Queensbridge.
We also got
and
this
stuff
black
like
and
that.
brown shit too, man. You know what I'm saying? The black and brown,
Beautiful.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We bringing that shit together too, man. You know what I mean?
Facts, man. So all of that's deep math. All of that's deep math. But we want everybody to know overall that, the East Coast and the West Coast, you know what I'm saying, got so much love between them and hip hop. And this is just another form of us expressing that to the culture.
Definitely. Hell yeah.
I wanted to ask X this, and this is kind of, I guess as you was coming in this country, being third generation Mexican, and my grandfather was from Venezuela, so I know how proud Latino can be. You know what I mean?
Right.
But speaking on your native tongue and not being able to speak your native tongue in the beginning, how did that help you navigate? How did hip hop help you navigate bridging the gap with being able to go home and and feeling comfortable learning? I guess you learned along the way to speak your native tongue. How did hip hop help you bridge that gap?
It's a it's a thing, man, of having pretty much a label on you before you're even able to grab your own identity. You know what I mean? First and foremost, not being able to speak my own language, I was like, almost like ousted, by my own people. And then being Mexican in America, I mean, I don't gotta say much about that either. So it was tough trying to find my place just here on this earth. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think gravitating towards hip hop, man. Hip hop is unity. Hip hop is love. Hip hop is anybody's. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Anybody could be a part of that culture. So I was like, hey, well, shit. If my own culture don't want me, American culture don't want me, shit. I got a place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A place for all the misfits. A place where you know what I'm saying? Where you know what I'm saying? Where I can make my own, man. And I feel like growing up, not knowing my native tongue, and then also being born with a speech impediment too, man. Like my whole years as a youth, like from kindergarten up until like 4th grade, I had to go to speech class. Like I couldn't even get a sentence out without having a crazy episode. You know what I'm saying? With stuttering and shit. But yeah, man, like I beat the odds, man. Like I feel, you know what I mean? That was really and this was shit that I was up against me before I even had a chance, even knew what was what, how to do this, do that. So it is a thing of overcoming, and I think hip hop allows you an existence to overcome anything. You know what I'm saying? It can overcome, poverty. The shit could be, your therapist. The shit could be a means of income. Like I feel like hip hop has always been a safe haven for all those individuals that are, in the shadows, you know,
Right.
the ones that are, you know, I call them the have-nots, because it's like, you know, we don't have everything that you know, even basic necessities at times. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know,
Nah, that's
so I feel like
man.
you know what I mean. But I feel like utilizing all all the pain, the hurt, all the lack. I feel like utilizing it and using hip hop as the platform
All right.
to, you know, express yourself and catapult you towards, you know, your dreams, man. I feel like if you learn the history of hip hop, you teach yourself the fundamentals, you know, the basics, you learn your craft, you give attention, you give the tears, the years, the
Yeah.
fears, everything to the shit. I feel like eventually you'll see something. And like along the way, man, I had a lot of homies that, you know, they, you know, did this shit. They was with me in the fight, but I feel like this shit is, you know, for the long haul, and it isn't for everybody, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
shout out
whole
to all the
fact.
homies, you know what I'm saying, that attempted this shit, and you know, they had to fall back, because, you know, this shit is not easy. This shit is not for the faint-hearted, but I feel like
Fact.
if you can create it to where it works for you, and you don't like, and I feel what happens is a lot of us artists, we have this idea of where we should be, how we should be doing it, how, you know, what we should be. And I feel like we curse and we shit on ourselves because we have this idea of when it should happen, but it's not
Right.
up to us.
That's right.
It's up to this man up above, you know what I'm saying,
Facts.
on when this shit is, you know, gonna happen for you. And I feel like if you just, you know, stick it out, shit like that, you know, everything will happen. But yeah, man, I guess the whole you know what I mean, not having
Steve,
the
man.
language and everything, I guess utilizing hip hop as my language, and now I'm able to travel every country and speak to everybody through hip hop. You know, I don't have to just know
Word.
Yeah.
France.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
have to know,
talking
like,
about.
I can move anywhere with this
Yeah.
art form, you
That's what
know,
I'm talking
because hip hop is universal. You know what I mean?
Why I
about.
asked that bilingual question, or that communication question, because listening to your music, I'm saying to myself, the God speak eloquent. I'm listening to Anunnaki shit. I'm listening. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That- That's what the way he rolled up. I said, this is a session, but let me. God is Mexican too. I really got to sit back.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
And he
Yes,
Yeah.
said,
sir.
blah. So hip hop encouraged you. It had encouraged you to read, encouraged you to listen to other MCs. Like you said, a bastard of 1,000 MCs. God bless you for taking it the way you took it, bro, because you took it like how Kobe did Mike. He just
Right,
did thing
right,
to it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
God bless you
right.
for that. I'll say that too. God bless you too.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you, brother, man, because I feel like this art form needs to be treated in that manner. You know what I mean? It needs to be respected. It needs to be you know, put on a pedestal, man, because this shit has saved so many lives, bro. Not only mine, but I'm sure everybody in this whole chat, everybody watching this
Facts.
shit, like, you know what I mean? This shit has to get that respect. You know what I mean? And if
Yeah.
not, then I'm gonna be a motherfucker that is speaking up for hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Because it needs that. It needs artists that are willing to go all in. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that's trying to come against that shit, man, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have to they're gonna have to kiss the feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
You
this
facts.
shit is
That's
serious.
facts.
This shit is our lives.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? This is us. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But to go back to what I was saying earlier when we was talking about evolution, I think corporate America has made it to where people believe that it can only be one. Like you can only be that one main person. But if you think about how many, like you said, how many lives hip hop has changed, you know, like one of the greatest things in the world is to get paid for doing something that you love. Right?
Right,
Because if you
right,
love it, it's never a job. So you could
That's
be
right.
going around. You may not be making millions and millions of dollars of it, but if you living comfortably, you could put your kids through school, put food on your
right,
table or whatever it is, and you
right.
enjoying what
You're
you're doing.
blessed.
Of
Exactly.
course.
You know,
Of course.
but I
Facts,
don't I
bro.
don't know if people connect the dots around that. I think everybody
Well,
believes that
yeah,
everybody's a megastar, and you don't have to be a
nah,
megastar. Like you could travel the world, performing, you know, doing your art, and live very comfortably.
And they live very, very comfortably and happy.
And
You know,
happy. That's
and
the word right there.
and a lot of these young kids too, man. You know, they see the money, they see all this shit, but homie, like that's the last thing I really give a fuck about, bro. Like real talk, because
Yeah.
money comes, money goes, but you know, respect earned, that's like gold, homie. You know what I'm
And
saying? Like
your legacy,
your
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 legacy.
legacy,
Fact.
exactly. That shit weighs more than gold, man. You know, at the end of the day, to me, because I'm like, if you ain't a man of your word, shit like that, like all that shit adds into your character and who you are, you know what I mean? And it leaks into everything you do. So eventually everything, you know, is gonna come to light.
Yo,
So
yo,
if you working,
XP,
it'll come to light. If you ain't working, it'll come to
X,
light.
X,
You know
X,
what I mean?
These is
XP,
facts.
not to cut you, but yo, me and Thug was on the phone the other night, and this same exact conversation we was having. And remember we was talking, I
Yeah.
was saying, you were like, yo, integrity is everything. Like, yo, if you can't live by your word, you know, yo,
That's
to me it's
all
like,
we
yo,
got.
that's what I'm saying. Like, who are you if you can't keep your word? You know, so
That's
I appreciate
fact.
you saying that, because at the end of the day, I think that gets a lot of time that gets lost, and I could only imagine in the music industry also, like
Right,
integrity
right.
probably only a dime a dozen. I'm sure both of y'all have had experiences
Of
where
course.
you've seen a lot of people compromise their integrity.
Of course.
It's
Of
the
course. But
industry,
action,
man.
it's the industry, but actions speak for itself, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, like it don't take much for me to understand that XP is an honorable brother. He's an honorable brother. You know what I'm saying? I see that because of his actions and what he showed me. You know what I'm saying? So I show him the same in return. I don't even gotta tell him that. I show him from what I do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's the value right there. You know what I'm saying? That's the relationship that him and I have. We're on the same page. He know that whatever we do, I'm gonna put my foot forward. He gonna put his foot forward, and we gonna work together, man. That's what we
Right.
came to do.
It's facts.
Word.
Feed the
Straight facts.
culture. Yeah,
Feed the
culture,
culture,
man.
baby. Feed the culture.
Yeah,
Fact.
nice.
Yeah,
Yes,
Rob, you
sir.
gonna say something?
QB, LA.
Yo, so on your new joint, is XP all through that or just on Deep Math?
Well, he's on deep man, but I do got one in the pocket for him right now. I got one in the. Yeah, I didn't, you know, I didn't share
I
that
like
just
that.
yet.
I like
I
that.
didn't
I
share
like to
that
hear
just
that.
yet.
I like to hear that.
I was thinking about this morning when I was writing. I was going over the chorus and going over the record. I was like, damn, I'm gonna have to shoot this to the Miho.
I
Yo,
fuck with that.
he
I
don't
fuck with
know
that.
it yet, but I might have to send this to him real quick.
That's what's up.
Yeah, it's a
I'm here,
different
man.
vibe, but it's
I'm
hard.
shooting. You know what I mean, man. I'm a shooter for hire, bro. You already know. You know
So
what I mean? I'm here, bro.
we here to make dope music. You know what I'm saying? We want to crush the world with how we make the music,
Right.
and you know, and bring it to the stage so they can feel it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Let the people, you know what I'm saying, get the energy, man.
Right. Right.
Word.
Yeah.
Yo, XP, what's the meaning of a sincere leader?
A sincere leader, man, I feel is, you know, not a boss, because a boss tells you what to do. A leader leads and he teaches others how to lead. You know what I mean? And I feel like being a sincere leader, you have you know, sincerity to, you know, understand that, you know, situations arise. You have the patience to, you know, think out your next moves. You don't, you know, think and move off of emotions and shit like that. So I feel like being a sincere leader, I feel like there needs to be more of that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, you could say, you know, you're a boss and shit like that in a, you know, in a ebonics, you know, type of fashion. But I feel like those individuals that be like, yeah, you know, I'm a boss, and you know, and all his homies are starving. It's like, nah, homie, you ain't a boss, homie. You know
That's
what
a
I'm saying?
fact.
Like,
That's a
that's
fact.
like you the only
That's a
one balling,
fact.
but
Everybody
bro,
else ain't eating.
bro.
That ain't boss
You know
shit.
what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, I prefer to roll with leaders over bosses any day. You know what I mean? That was that, you know, kind of statement. And like, you know, sincerity obviously is having sincerity in your decisions and in your moves and actions. You know what I'm saying? So a sincere leader is a person that has, you know, the sincerity to understand, but also lead others at the same time and have the patience to lead others too as well. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So
Leaders make leaders.
that's what it
Leaders make
is,
other
man.
leaders.
Leaders
Word.
make
Leaders
other
make leaders,
leaders.
bro.
That's a
Facts.
fact. That's a
Facts,
big
man.
fact.
And
Yep.
Wow.
leaders lead example, man. They don't talk much. They'll show you.
Right, right. They just shooting, bro. They just shooting, and you know, anybody want to learn how to shoot? Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Facts.
Yeah,
Facts,
man.
bro.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. This is heavy, heavy convo, fellas.
What is a Mexican Mandalorian?
Well, that's kind of like a contradiction because Mandalorians already like a race,
Right.
so Mexican
Right.
Mandalorian. But that's just my favorite show, and I felt like the shit I was rhyming about was like on some like next level, like like you know, like in the future. I don't know what I said. I'm like shooting
Shit,
a plasma cannon and fucking, you know, reptilians and shit like that. Yeah, like it's very like in the future. So I kind of was like, you know what? I'll be on some like, you know, on some Boba Fett, you know, Mandalorian type shit. You know what I mean? So I just kind of, yeah. So it just yeah.
And that's what I mean by the creativity is just phenomenal, bro. And then you in pocket, and then and to think you an 86 baby, I'm a 72 baby, so I'm like the young
Thank
God
you,
is
man.
gifted.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
I listen to a lot of your shit, man, and I tell you, man, the last project, the Diamante project, if I'm saying that right,
Yeah, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
Thank
dope
you,
project.
brother.
My shit on there is Julia Don't Know. Who did that beat?
Julia Don't Know.
Who the
That's my
fuck?
grandma's name, man. You know what I mean? She was, yeah, man. All that shit is real, man. You know, I took care of my grandma here. You know what I'm saying, for a bit, and she would just live her life. She didn't know what I had to do to get that scratch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that was created by my man Sly Beats. Super ill cat, man. I believe he's out of Poland. I believe. I'm not too sure, but he's from somewhere.
Yeah, you be
Europe.
you know, your stamps is tax. Your stamps, you be moving around, God.
Hey, man, they everywhere. You know what I mean?
You be moving
I'm trying
around.
to,
I love
I'm trying to spread the gospel, man. You know, that's what we're here for, man. You know, for real.
Yo, we got
you.
Jim Star in the building. Jim Star is the man who produced
Yo,
the track
peace.
on the No Ideas original podcast album featuring
Right.
Imam G coming out
Fire.
soon.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Yeah. That joint is 70% mix. I'm gonna send you the reference and stuff like that. I had to, you know what I'm saying, do some notes, send it to Steve, and I'm gonna send it to you so you can take a listen.
Word.
So you know, everybody stay on the same page.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Communication is key, baby. Communication is key. I'm dealing with people, man. Please communicate with me.
Word.
This question for both of y'all right here. Putting a full listening project together. How important is that to putting a full project together when you got all your ducks lined up in a row? You know that tracks 1 through 10 are all fire. And what I mean by that, it's kind of reminiscent of listening to an album you didn't have to skip. Once you put it in, you can let it ride. You can actually let that shit repeat and still rock if it repeats the whole time. So talk about the importance of putting together a full listening out.
You want to touch on that?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important. And I think that all of that comes from just being in your creative space and listening to the people. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes as artists, you know what I'm saying, we go way out. You know what I'm saying? We go way out. But the people say, listen, we need you to be here. So I think it's important for us to listen to the people. That'll help us come and make that product that they want. You know what I'm saying? Like you just mentioned the Diamante album from XP. Like, so when you say things like that to him, that's telling him that he got ingredients that the people he needs to feed the people. So we listening. You know what I'm saying? We listening. We paying attention. That's what good leaders do also. They don't just talk and run their mouth. They listen and they pay attention. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, that's my perspective on that. You know what I'm saying? It's just to listen, pay attention, you know what I'm saying, and then give the people exactly what they want. You know what I'm saying? You want that raw Imam, this is going to be the album for you to have. You know, when I
It
take you
is.
to a different space, it's gonna hit you in the heart and the soul. Like it's gonna be something that's touching. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, you know, a lot of different things, man. Betrayal, love, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's different levels to the streets when you're dealing with the streets. You know what I'm saying? We
Reality
all
rap.
from the same place. Yeah, we all from the same place. So everybody gets it.
Kiki
Facts,
said,
facts.
yo. Kiki said, check it, yo, yo, yo.
Check it, yo, yo,
Uh,
yeah.
yes.
Um, yeah, XP, you want to answer that
Yeah, yeah. So,
in terms of arrangement?
yeah, I feel to have a nice, you know, project, you know, sonically on some shit. I feel like, you know, beat selection ultimately has to be one of the main ingredients to the pot, and then obviously word, rhymes and subject matter and all. I think once the artist has the beats on some shit, then they can start doing the molding and the structuring of how they want that shit to move, like, the feng shui of it, the whole fucking,
For
you know what I mean?
sway.
And the like, I'm gonna put this because this one leads into this one. I like this song because the way it ends, it cuts into this joint real smooth, like boom. Like, you always want to keep all that. Excuse me. You always want to keep that at the forefront, the way the listener. So what I like to do is I like to take the backseat when I'm doing that. I'm the fan when I'm putting my shit together.
Right.
I'm sitting there like, how do I want to listen to this shit as a fan, not as me, XP? Like, how do I want XP to show these people how my shit should sound? I'm like, I want to be the fan. I'm gonna sit in the back real quick, let this shit rock. All right, boom. Okay, I like. All right, boom. You know what? I think this, and then I'll do like a rough bounce. I'll cruise with this shit for like a day or two, see how it rocks. All right, and then if not, I'll come back, readjust a little bit. Boom, boom, rock with it. Boom, boom. I'll go to the gym with it, just live life with it, see how it rocks. And then once I feel personally, all right, I think as a fan, I like this shit. I'm gonna offer it. I'm gonna offer it to the culture. You know what I'm saying? And then so I think there is little, things that I've taught myself when releasing a project, and I feel it all, boils down into the final product. You know what I mean? Which is all those little things that you take a step to do, which is listen to it, see if it rocks, see if this song after this song goes. Maybe it does, but maybe this song sounds a little better. Boom, and then so yeah, man. There's all. That's
the deep math of it right there, bro.
That's the deep math of it, man. Because obviously, the joints are there, they're fire. But if you just slap them like that, and you believe like, yo, I'm an artist, I think these are all dope. Boom, here, take it. And I don't feel like you're giving that aspect of who you are as a fan to the listener. You know what I mean? Because we're all fucking fans of this shit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And we're able to create our own art and take our own war stories and our own shit and offer it, and if the people love it, they fuck with it, then we're blessed, because I know my music's not for everybody, and that's cool with me, but I'm not, focused on those individuals. I'm focused on the people that are fucking with me, you know what I mean? So
you know what's interesting about arrangement though, because we did a similar exercise a few weeks ago. We sat down and we was like listening to our project from start to finish, and it's always interesting to me how everybody can hear an album differently, right? Like,
right,
so
yeah,
I listen
definitely.
to this song, I'm like, all right, this is because I think in all of our minds, we all have a theme or story that we want the album to tell, right? So one person may be like, yo, in this chamber we going slow, and then over here we want to be fast, or we want this kind of record, or whatever it is, So yeah, I honestly feel like having like trusted ears. So I wonder for both of you, do you have like trusted ears around you that not only are you living with it, but you like, yo, tell me
they got B&Rs. They got B&Rs.
My girl is she's real. She's real. Like, my girl, like, I'm like, you like this shit? She's like, nope. Nope.
That's T-Mac.
Nope. She's like, nah. Like she just straight up. Like she'll you know.
Shout out to my baby girl. Say it with you.
So you know she's real with me. But ultimately, man, I feel like I do have homies that are in my circle that I know that when that I shoot them some shit, they're listening from a die-hard hip-hop fucking fan's ear. They're not listening from XP's homies' ear. They're not listening from you know, they're not listening to it from any other aspect other than I'm a fan of this shit, and if this shit rocks, I'm gonna let you know. So shout out to all the homies that have, you know, systems in their whips, so you shoot them some shit, they come, hey bro, this is the illest shit though, because like homies will like, you know, be listening to this shit, and then I'll see them the next time and they come cruising down my block listening to this shit, and then they have the whole rundown like, yo, I like number one, bro, that shit's hitting. Number two, that shit's hitting. Like, you know, so they have a nice rundown of shit, you know what I mean? So the homies are always going to be the go-tos, man, because I feel like I wouldn't be here if I had yes men all around me, bro. So I feel like the people that I do have that listen to my shit, you know, before it comes out, I feel like they are a major part to how the shit is going to be listened to. Cause they're going to let you know firsthand, like, yo, like, not really, you know, rocking with this one, or like, this shit fucking sounds too loud over here. Like, have homie, you know, go back in, tune it down, or whatever the case.
Right.
But yeah. Everybody listens to albums, you know, differently. But I think if you know it's a piece of shit, it looks like a piece of shit.
It's always a piece of shit.
It's a piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? So we'll just call it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
Yeah.
What
But
about
quality,
Imam?
but
Quality.
quality is a lot too, man. You know what I'm saying? Like XP said, you know what I'm saying? Them beats, you know, having the right engineer touching your shit.
Yes,
It
sir.
means a lot.
Facts,
You know what I'm saying? You know, don't just go putting shit out that sound. Yeah, shit can't be sounding, you know, unprofessional. You know what I'm saying? Don't put no unprofessional work out.
Right.
Put out quality work. You know what I'm saying? Get you a solid engineer that you can work with, that you can trust.
Get you a Willie B. You know
Get
what I
you
mean?
a Willie B or a Steve Solar.
Word.
Or Steve Solar. Exactly.
Yeah,
Steve
throw a
Solar,
lot of
Steve
those-
Solar.
Invest in your shit. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of different avenues, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, you can that folks can pursue, but at the end of the day, right, we want to make sure that shit is quality. Our music is quality. I want Deep Map to have the best sound that it could possibly get. I don't care what he charged me for it. I'm like, listen, man, I need you on this ASAP. You know what I'm saying? I said the same thing.
And that's legendary shit. That's legendary ears, you know, touching your shit. So, you know.
Bro, when I listen to Crib and I turn that shit way up, that shit pierces the soul, bro.
That kick just not, yeah, bro.
My man said, yo, I was closing my blinds when I heard that. That she had me closing the blinds. So I was
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So I was picking through the blinds and shit like, yo, she had me picking through my blinds. But, you know, we having fun, man. We having a lot of fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's probably when the artist the best, right? When you're creating from that space.
Hell yeah, that's the best
the love
space,
is fun.
man. And the shit is hot, you know, like the shit gotta be hot, man. You know, the shit has to be hot, man, you know, and that's just the ultimate factor, man, you know, because you know, like I think when it becomes a job and like when it becomes hella mundane is when you're doing your job and like you're not all the way in, because maybe, you know, the beat's not there or something's not hitting with you personally, but it's a job and maybe it's a paid feature, maybe it's something. I get it, you know, I get it. It happens sometimes. Yeah. But the business will always, you know, suck the fun out of anything. So if you can just maneuver through this whole shit, agreements are there, whatever, man, then just keep moving like that, you know, just keep doing your thing like that, because at the end of the day, like you said, if you could be comfortable traveling the world, you don't gotta be out here like a little baby fucking auto-tuning shit and all this dumb shit. Man, I mean, I'm open about all that shit, bro, because I mean, I see that shit because I be working for the concerts and shit, so I see shit and I'm just like, I'm just in awe because like I'll see a KRS-One, come up and fucking kill this shit
Killer show.
and body this shit on some straight hip hop, no vocals, fucking, you know what I mean? And then I go to like
Chris Parker.
I go to a fucking, you know, a crazy fucking event and every artist is rapping with an auto-tune filter over their lyrics and I'm just like, and kids are going crazy. And that's why I'm tripping because this happens all the time because I'm sure when all the shit, you know, the 90s was happening, a lot of the older heads like, what the fuck is this? I get it, but now it's a little crazy because I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck is homie even saying? Like, what the fuck did homie just say? Like, it's crazy, but yeah, man, it just has to be hard shit, bro. It just got to be shit that hits, you know, the soul. It has to be some, you know, has to make you think. Like that's the kind of music I love, man. That's what I'm trying to spread. You know,
that's what's up.
I think there are very few artists now, like especially newer artists that understand melodies and lyricism and have been able to combine them.
and
Like there are some
exactly
straight melodies, and then there's other people that are extremely lyrical, like they're amazing lyricists. I just to go back for a second to what you were saying in terms of like the trajectory, because I do think that probably artists from the 80s were looking at artists from the 90s and being like, yo,
yeah, what the fuck is this shit?
Like what we grew up, you figure like when sampling came in, people were like really like, yo, damn, you just really flipping an old record. But now you look at it now, like people are flipping records from 2 years ago, and
right,
and call it like,
and they make the same song again. They make the same song
and
again.
It's winning.
Yeah.
So, see, man,
that's what I say though. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like one of the things though I feel about music is that to me, music, I think there shouldn't be like a science to it. Like I think there's some people who are like overly scientific around it. To me, music should just be whatever feels good. Like, you know, like to me, if a person could come up with a dope beating on a table and make a hit record to it, that's what it is. Like a lot of
that's
people
what it is.
So when dudes have Fruity Loops in their crib and they was making beats on computers or whatever it is.
Yeah, they was like, what is this?
That's
too easy.
Yeah, like, but at the end of the day, it's supposed to be about what really, really sounds good. And speaking to your point also about like the passion around it, like I heard a long time ago, I used to be like, damn, I don't know if that's true. A long time ago, somebody said to me that most of the time, artists' first projects, before they get signed to a major record label, like if they started working on their first project, a lot of times it'd be their best work because you don't have the label on your back. So your creativity is not being muscled for you to come up with something. Like
exactly.
Creating from a place of being creative and, you know, having an opportunity like, yo, I'm writing in my crib, I'm recording and Joe Schmo's house, whatever it is.
Ain't no deadlines.
And the label is like, yo, come into the studio, yo, I gotta hear the record. You got the single yet or whatever? And then that's when people get formulaic and just start putting anything out. Like I need a single. You know,
that's when they become a robot. You know, that's when they become. You know, they man. This is supposed to be fun, man.
It becomes a job, like you said. It becomes more of a job. You know what I'm saying? Just like Son said, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep the fun in it. Find a way to keep the fun in it.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's what people say. They say I keep it passionate, man.
Right. Keep it passionate.
Yeah. That's why I'm able to still go right now. I'm able to still go. You know what I'm saying? I'm still able to put out my music and still be able to deliver, you know what I'm saying, my talent at this stage. You know what I'm saying? Of my career. Yeah. So that's deep math. To do that is really deep math. So, you know, we embody everything that we bring to the table, man. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Definitely.
Yeah, Rob, what you was gonna say?
Nah, I'm just thinking like, yo, out of God, he made West Coast feel East Coast. Like, how the fuck you do that, son? Like,
hey, man, I'm gonna continue to do this shit, man, and you know, I got some big shit, man, that I'm, you know, I want to do this year, man, and I want to continue to bridge that gap, you know what I'm saying, between LA, New York, and the world, man, you know, and I feel like now's the time because, you know, there is this new evolution of artists, you know, coming to the forefront, man, and I feel like the West Coast always had ill MCs, man, you know what I mean, and I feel like if I could put it on, you know, for my people, you know, my Latino people, and this whole new up and coming artist thing, like man, like I feel like the West Coast hasn't really had a pun or anything like that, you know, Latino wise, you know, to you know, and I don't even want to say to compete. I just want to say, you know, for us to have a voice in this shit, to be like, you know, it's like having your favorite boxer in the ring, homie. It's like, like it could be USA versus Russia, and like he's black, he's, you know, we all are going for USA because that's the only motherfucker in the ring at the time. It's like that's you know what I mean. It's like that's what I feel like if you know if I could be a person's inspiration, you know, to pick up the pen again or do something and put it on, you know, for his people and shit like that, man. That's what I want to do, because I do feel, man, that within hip hop, man, you know, Latinos have always been a part of it, you know, from the beginning, you know, from the Puerto Ricans to you know, all the Mexicans, you know, out here, you know. So I just feel like, just in general, man, I want to be a voice not only for real hip hop and the essence of this shit, but you know, for my people too, man, and from my side. And I want to bridge these gaps, man, and I want to show this love, and I want to be, you know, I want to be a person of, you know, significance and honoring this shit. You know what I mean? That, you know, when they see me, like, yo, this shit could be done, because we ain't get $1 million loan. You know what I'm saying? To fucking, you know, like, I don't want to have a story like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all this shit is grit, hard work, fucking. It's just everything that a storybook, you know, could be written off of, and that's how I want my shit to be, bro. I don't want the easy route. I don't want the fucking. I don't want
and that's what
the handouts. I don't want the easy route, bro. I want to carve my own shit.
You know what I mean? In his rhymes, this is called hard work.
Yeah, facts, bro. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it takes, dog. That's what it takes you to be in the gym before the coach gets there, homie. You know what I'm saying? That's what it takes, you know.
Step up early, man. You were doing it, bro. And like I said, man, just doing full research on you. Shit, I was listening to filter my other playlist. Like, this nigga got mad shit. Word is bomb, man. And I'm listening like yo, talk about the joint you did with Rashid. That album.
Oh, word, yeah.
And it just went gold or some shit.
Facts, man, facts. Shout out to my man Rashid, man. We came together on that, man. It was all divine math. It was all deep math. You know what I mean? I went back east, you know, and you know, my mom, she wasn't doing too well at that time, and just happened to go back east, you know, work on some projects and shit. And when, you know, my mom was really doing bad, I did a post, and he just hit me in the inbox, man. He's like, hey, man, you know, keep your head up, G. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, stay strong and shit, G. I was like, you know, and I felt super, super humbled about that. That shit was super admirable to me. And I was like, yo, this is a ill cat. He took the time, you know what I'm saying, to you know, show a little bit of love on my side. So when I went back east, I tapped in with him, like, yo, man, I'm out here. Let's he's like, let's get in the studio tonight. So sure enough, homie, it was like, I think it was the first night I pulled up, and you know, we did 2 joints off of that project that night. And then we went back, and I think we did maybe 1 or 2 more here and there. But once I got back on my side, I was like, yo, let's just keep this shit rocking. So I started shooting shit, and it just, you know, it manifested itself like real quick. You know what I mean? And I don't know, and like I said, man, through this whole, you know, process, like, you know, we're dealing with a pandemic. You know, like, literally, like when I flew in, the day after he had got the call, because he took the test, but so I was with him the whole time, and then he got the call from the doctor that he had this shit. So and I was with, like, he swooped me up from the airport, like it was crazy. I was right, but I didn't catch it, you know what I'm saying, through the grace of God. But there was a lot of shit up against me creating this you know, project, and through the process, I think it was like we released, I think it was the first single, or I think it was the release day, or that was when my mom passed, bro. Was like right there, like right around that time when we dropped it. I appreciate you, man. But you know, I got to speak to her, man, you know, the last, you know, couple weeks of, you know, her life. And she was just like, you know what, you do what you need to do, and then you come see me. You know what I'm saying? Because she was my number one fan. You know what I mean? She always was encouraging me, you know, to keep hitting them, just keep doing it, keep doing it. And you know, she got tattoos of, you know, my logos on her. Like she was the number one fan, man.
That's
You know,
dope.
but yeah, so you know, it was a crazy process for that project, man. But and I kind of felt bad because through that shit, like we were releasing, you know, videos and certain things, and I didn't feel comfortable with, you know, the death of my mom just happened, and me being like, hey, check out my video, hey guys, check, you know what I mean? I kind of felt back from a lot of that shit, man. But I feel blessed that, you know, Rashid and you know, the homies at you know, Perfect Time Music, they were able to pick up the slack, man, where you know, where I wasn't able to be around for, you know, mentally. But yeah, man, that's that. And it's crazy because that project holds that energy of what I was going through. So when people listen to it, they get that feel, you know what I mean, of like of some real shit, you know what I mean? And I'm glad I was able to capture that. I'm glad I was able to capture that though, you know, because there's certain songs that I listen to in there, and you know, I tear up because of just, you know, the situation that was happening at that time, and
Yeah.
it kind of puts you back into that mind state, man. But yeah, dog, I love that project, man. That shit is one of my proudest works, and it's gonna get a spot right here on my wall up here pretty soon. You know what I mean? So,
That's
Word.
what
yeah,
I'm
man,
talking about, man.
appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I like
My man Ives, I see you, G. Yes, sir. You were there for that.
All right.
that.
Check it, yo.
My man DJ Ives,
Yeah, but
man.
go
That's
ahead.
my
Yo,
bodyguard, homie. Wherever I go, that's my bodyguard right there.
yo, on that
Right.
Diamante album, I noticed a lot of the tracks, either the drums are like extremely low, or there's a lot of joints with no drums. Is that intentionally? Did you do that
Yeah,
intentionally?
well, honestly, man, like I said, I kind of let, you know, the beats do the, like, you know, the leading. So a lot of the beats that I write to, whether it's drumless or it's, you know, I always have to find like something in it where I need to write to that. There's like, you know, there's almost like a need, like I have to jump on this.
Right.
You know, so once I get that feeling, that's the beat that I'm going in. So I guess unintentionally, the drumless shit, I feel it's a lot more open, a lot more spacey, you know, for me to get my shit off, and you know, for me to use you know, different rhyme patterns, and because I feel when you are over a drumless beat, you are the drums. So you have to find those pockets and you know, fill in those pockets, pop, 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 pop. You know what I mean? So I kind of feel like, you know, I kind of feel like my voice and the trajectory, I feel like drumless beats kind of, if it's tight, if it's dope and it has a nice loop to it, I feel like I can, I feel like I shine a little bit more over those beats only because I can, I don't know, I guess I can manipulate it
People
better.
don't get lost, or people don't get lost in the drums. Sometimes people
Right.
get lost
I
in the
can
drums.
manipulate it better too, and like, you know, I can play with it and shit. But yeah, it was unintentional, but a lot of them, like I said, I try to find that one, you know, sound, like the intricate, you know, kind of sound that when you hear it, it's almost like a nostalgic feel, like I've heard this before. I've heard this shit before.
Yeah.
Whether it's like, you know, through a soul record or something, and like I try to apply that to you know, what I pick and shit like that, because I come from oldies and, you know, the soul oldies, you know, Motown shit. Like my household rarely fucking listen to, you know, Mexican music, or I mean, if not at all, like, you know, we're listening to the Doors, a lot of classic rock shit. So like, you know, I kind of have this ear for like the bluesy kind of, you know, just I mean,
Man.
You're
Yeah.
yeah,
right.
it's just
Yo, Imam, I don't think I ever asked you, what's your writing process like?
Wow. Man. It's right now it's very interesting, man. I mean, when I did Immortal Legend, like some verses I wrote, but when I spit the verse backwards, it sounded doper. Facts. So I spit the verses backwards. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
I spit the second verse first, and then I spit the first verse, and it was fire. I was like, all right, cool, we're going to do a few like this. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'll write the whole song, but I might spit it backwards, and it comes out dope. Some come out better than that. You know what I'm saying? And some songs like, you know, because my wife, she record me in the studio, and she'd be like, listen, she'll shut the shit down. Like, you know, I thought she was ready to record, like, light that shit over. Like, she'll tell me, like, word, she did that shit a few times. Like, yo, I told Steve that shit. He was like, I was like, yo, chill. But
out to the wives checking niggas on their shit, yo.
Word. So it'd be real like that. So, you know, my process is just like, it's just very free, man. You know what I'm saying? The beat takes me to where I want to go, you know, and I bring the chorus along with me too, man. I learned to have faith in my choruses. You know, I don't be too hard on myself when it comes to writing a chorus. I can write the verse and everything like that is cool, but you still got to bring that chorus to the table to make the record, you know what I'm saying, more of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Give it more direction and different things like that. So I bring a very modest approach to my writing, man. I'm very free with it, you know, and I don't rush the process. You know, some songs I can just write. I'll write the whole thing out right there, man. And some I'll just do a verse. I'll sit on it. You know what I'm saying? I might do the other verse in a day or the next day or two, like something like that. Like some things I let that shit marinate like meat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. You know, like the song with XP, Deep Math. When I had the beat, I sat on it for a minute and I marinated with it. You know what I'm saying? Until I felt that it was, you know what I'm saying, I'm ready to go to where it needed to go. You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's a very modest approach.
And has your writing process evolved over the years?
Absolutely, I would say so. I think it evolved to the point to where I gotta tame it a lot more now. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I can make fucking all kind of different records right now. I think, you know what I'm saying? I be going places. I be like, yo, come back. I be like, yo, come back, dog. You said you got out there with that shit.
You about to start doing some reggaeton type shit.
Yeah, son, I be, yo, my creativity is on 1,000, man.
That's fire.
You know,
I'm
a fan of music. I like all different kinds of music. And, you know, when I'm in the whip listening to different kinds of music, I'm listening to how songs are being made.
Right.
You know, I'm listening to, the guts and the balls that it takes people to be so honest in their music and take it to different spaces. You know what I'm saying? So, you know,
right.
a lot of shit like I listen to Jamaican music, and the honesty and reggae music is so real. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You need to make sure that you're keeping it real.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying?
The simplest things too, man. You know, the simplest things are, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, how you say the shit. Like, you know, that could be a whole different thing, you know, like, and it could be the simplest shit, but it's just how you say it could be the whole fucking thing, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what's up. That shit is real as hell, man. That Jamaican music is real as hell. Bro. They be like, they be hella detailed with it too.
Yo,
Yeah,
but
you know, shout out to Barris Hammond, you heard?
Yo, you know something though? You know something though? Like, yo, that's how you could tell, I think, like, you've grown as an artist when you start feeling comfortable with taking risks, right? Because then you're like, yo, you know what? And the other part, the other element of it, like, you not only listening to music for, you know, what you hear, but you actually looking for, like, listen to instrumentation. All right, listen, is there a bridge in this song? How is this album arranged? You know, like, why these hi-hats, you listening for mix, like, why do these hi-hats sound so high, or whatever it is. Like, that's when you know, as an artist, I think you begin to grow and really appreciate music. Like, there are songs that I listen to, and I listen to not because I'm necessarily, like, a huge fan of the lyrics. I might listen to them and I'm like, yo, I really appreciate whoever played the bass on this record.
Right.
Like,
Right.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yo, so
that's straight fact.
That's real talk. And I'm gonna add on to, like, it's also, like you said, like, about Yes Men and stuff like that. Like, a lot of times, like, you know, I bring records to Steve, and him and I are talking about records, and he'll come to me, like, and he'll say, listen, you know, this song right here, you know, I don't know. That's not really a chorus. That's more of a bridge. I'm like, yo, what you mean? You know what I'm saying? What you mean, son? He's like, Imam, that's more of a bridge, not a chorus. And I'm like, okay. I got to hold that for a minute. I got to think about what Sunset said to me. Digest that information. Go to the table, and like, damn, he was right. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to say, like, your friends in business, they push you to be greater if the need calls to be so, right?
That's right.
If the need calls to be so, then then you have to respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with me and XP when I said I didn't want to put the chorus on him, but he trusted me to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that meant a lot more to me than actually doing it. He trusted me. The same thing with Alchemist. He called me, yo, I need you to do this Do-Rag Dynasty shit, man. I need you to come up with this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but that's him trusting me to do that. So when I have my fellow artists that come to me and they trust me, you know what I'm saying, to come with the artistry, that means more to me than the artistry. So that means I'm gonna come with I'm gonna bring 100% to that art. That's all I'm saying. As an artist.
Now you're more in your bag too, because now you're more in your bag because you're like, yo, like now I can really, you know what I mean?
And you're listening to you, and they like, he's gonna give me what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? So they're listening and paying attention to what you do to be like, nah, get Thug to do that. Thug is gonna come up with some shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? People are listening, bro.
But son, Imam, that you said though, true. With definitely, if you think about, like, a lot of it comes down to trust also, because sometimes, like, I think if you're the one that's creating, it's good to have that additional set of ears or whoever it is that you trust their feedback enough to know that they telling you, like, this, you could probably tweak this or do this differently. Like, there's some people that they can't get out of their own way. It's like everything I make is fire, or nah, it should be this way or that way or whatever it is. But once you form that relationship, like, especially with a dude like Steve Solar, like, yo, that's the dude that how many records then came across his mixing board that he didn't put the finishing touches on. So if anybody could tell you, yo, this is how the hook maybe should sound like this, or that's a bridge, or maybe this should be here, that, or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
but you have to be able to accept constructive criticism, right? Because people are not gonna tell you. Listen, if I send a verse to the big Mijo, you know what I'm saying, and he tell me that, you know what I'm saying, you can come with something better than that, and he tell me something like that, I'm gonna be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna take that to the face, like, oh. And I'm gonna come and I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna take it personal. Like, you don't take things personal when you're doing business, when we all after the same thing.
Right.
To make a big record or a big project. Man, some may do an EP. I'm saying that all of these things are highly possible. You know what I'm saying? Because we make good music together.
Right.
You feel me? So with that being said, we have to trust one another. You know what I'm saying? Or we have to come with the work and accept constructive criticism if it arises. It's okay. We're not here to destroy one another. We're here to help one another.
Facts.
Right. You got to work on your emotional intelligence, man. That's what get niggas in trouble. When they hear certain things, like, what you talking about? Hold on. What is he telling you? You know what I mean? Emotional intelligence gets in trouble, bro.
You know what I look at it? You know what I look at it though? I look at it though as your willingness to invest in your peoples. Like, yo, if that's your man, why you gonna let him go out like that?
Right.
Right. Yo, you can let your homie go out in public with a big ass booger in his nose, right? Come on, homie. Yeah. Hold your man down, man.
Nah, you how you call it? You have to. Like, yo, I'll tell a quick story. Like, so we had somebody submit a record for the project that we working on. The record was dope, but the record didn't fit. It didn't fit the context of what the project was about. So, I told him, I called him up or whatever, and I was like, yo, the record is dope, but at the end of the day, if I put this record on this project with these other records, you're going to be like, yo, shout out, why you let me put this record on here when all these other records sound this way or whatever? And he was able to hear that, and he ended up, saying, all right, I got other records that potentially we could use. But, some dudes will receive that as, you trying to say my record ain't
it's like
my record is this or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like, because as artists, you're basically wearing your heart on your sleeve, so, for a motherfucker to look at your heart and be like, maybe you should switch say it's like, but you know, in order to be an artist, you gotta be able to receive that and utilize it, and not see it as an emotional attack on you, but as, hey, well, maybe I need to think a little bit more outside the box. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then again, there is that fine line too of trusting yourself too. So you can't take everybody's word for it either. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
can't
that's
take
right.
if you feel that shit in your gut and in your heart, like, nah, I need to go with this. This is
Yeah.
where this, like, then you gotta go with it. You know what I'm saying? And it could be fucking Dr. Dre saying, hey, bro, like, you know, but if you feel it in your gut, because it happens all the time, man. It happens all the time. Like, not everybody's opinion of it is the right opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Or you know, guidance. You know, but
Very
you
true.
take heed. You take heed, and you know, you take the parts that you feel that you can apply in your mission to, you know, proceed with it, and then you keep moving, because there's no right way with this shit, bro. There's no, if there was a blueprint to it, then everybody would be
Everybody be
fucking
doing it.
successful
That's
with it.
Yeah.
a
You feel
fact.
me?
Yeah.
Not,
That's a fact.
there's no right way with this shit, bro.
That's
You know what I'm saying? So
fact.
you know, but it's always good to take heed, keep the pieces that work for you, apply it, and move.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's a
one
fact.
recipe that always works and will always work to success is keep going, no
Yeah.
matter
Faith.
what.
Yo, so
That's
wait,
the recipe.
so my approach to it is because, like I said, like I thought the song was dope. I just didn't feel like it fit within the context of like we were
Right,
talking earlier about arrangements. So I
right,
was like, yo, I'm gonna let you hear snippets of other songs that we have, you know. And I told him, I was like I'm not telling you this to put down your record because I like the
right,
record.
right.
I'm just telling you that if we put this record on here and you hear the complete body of work, people gonna be like, yo, why this record is out of place or whatever. So if you my man, I'm not gonna set you up and put you in a position
Right,
where you got the
right,
one record that people like, yo, all this other stuff is street records or
right,
whatever it is,
right,
but
right, right.
you got this record kind of thing. And you know, he appreciated that. So, you
See, and
know,
that's dope, because at the end of the day, it made him a better artist the whole way around. Easier to work with, easier to you know, take that. And I don't even want to say criticism. I would say, you know, notes. You know, take the notes, take them back into the lab, switch it up a little bit, switch up the formula, and come back with some shit that was tasteful. Like, that's what this shit is, man. This shit is art. You know what I mean? This shit is like you know, because we're all chefs in this shit. You know, like, we're all fucking chefs. We're all cooking up our own shit, and you know, and what I feel is everybody brings flavors to this shit. So if you could let homie know, hey man, like, this shit's lacking a little bit of this, I could taste it. Try it this way. And if he takes heat, he comes to more than, hey, now you should, oh yeah, I do see what you're saying. And then he takes a piece from that. Like, yo, so, you know, it's all about believing in yourself ultimately, but also listening and taking the notes and utilize it, man. You know, that's what it is. And I think that, you know, situation you had with homie ultimately made your relationship even stronger after that, because now he trusts you,
Bro, yeah.
and you trust him, to where, you know, the next, you know, episode you have with him, it's not gonna be like that. He's gonna be like, hey, check this out. Oh shit, you added that shit this time. Or you added that you know, little thing, whatever it is.
yeah.
You know, it's you know, we're all fucking students at the end of the day, man. You know, we're all learning this shit, and at the end of the day, you know, like I said, there's no blueprint for this shit. It's just keep moving, move with the righteous ones, and you know, just keep hitting the fucking target, man. You know, aim for the target.
Student never stop learning, man. We always
Student never stops learning, man. You know, that's
word.
a fact.
Yo, I'm gonna ask y'all both this last question, and I'm gonna let y'all dip. So Jim, which he, you know, producer, he produced a number of the tracks for us on our project too. He said, as an artist, do either you feel every beat has to have a change up or not? Like, do you need beats that have multiple sequences, or you good with a beat that just has one loop over and over again?
I mean, man, I've heard some intricate loops. I've heard some intricate loops that I can listen to for hours, just on repeat. No drums, just as it is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, to me, I feel like if it has a change up, it definitely has to be within the lines of you know, it can't be no like awkward shit to the ear and like you know what I mean, like, you know, it has to be some, it has to be some nice fluid shit, you know what I
You said
mean.
no awkward
But
shit to
I'm a sucker for intricate loops, man, like intricate shit, you know what I'm saying, that's, you know, chop right, you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't feel every beat has to have a change up. I think if you could find a nice loop, a nice beat that just, you know what I mean, just has that hit, then then that's all you really need, man, you know. Facts. What do you think?
I love a good change up. I love a good breakdown. You know what I'm saying? I love a good breakdown. For me, that should do something for me. I don't know. I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like a good breakdown. If I keep hearing the same shit over and over again, I'm gonna be like, damn, that shit's kind of monotonous. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you're like,
you gotta do something with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, but hold
I
on,
can
but
catch the
Iman.
potential. I can catch the potential real quick. You know what I'm saying? That shit got potential, my G. But you know what? You need to sprinkle a little. You know what I mean? Pour a little motherfucking, you know what I mean? Mustard powder on that shit. You know?
Yo, but can't you get the effect of a change up in a good mix though, with like drops and stuff like that?
yeah.
Yeah, but the drops and shit, all that's just add on. That's just that make your shit doper. That just make it doper. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bring it to a place to where it's hot. You want to bring it hot and let that shit become dope. You know what I'm saying? Don't level up to the hot.
Yeah.
Start with that
You want to
hot
cook
shit,
it all the
then
way till it
level up
becomes
to
dope.
Yeah.
so that's why when I make records, if the rough mix sounds dope, rough mix sounds hot, I know that shit is going to dope after the mix. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. I said, yo, you gotta make a banger on the rough mix because the mix gonna be fire. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go up.
It starts spitting shit like, yeah, it's
On that
coming.
shit.
That's that boy
It's
Yo,
coming.
so
That's
now
like whipping it up.
that got me thinking though, like about like different loops that I've heard and different samples. So I'm trying to think, what's the change up on the realest with Coogee Rap and Mobb Deep? There's no change up, right? Isn't that just a straight loop?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know that works, but that's like, you know, that's not, you're not gonna find that all the time popping like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find that shit happening. That's one of them records, like,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
that's one of them joints.
It's like those loops are, you know what I mean? It has to be that loop, like that one. It's gotta be that right chop, man. RZA got shit like that, you know, Have got shit like that, you know, it's like a lot of like I think a lot of the cats that had like the SPs and shit, you know, and they was doing shit on the SPs, you know, like before the NBC was really popping, like all them fools that had like what, a minute of like, you know, sampling time or some shit like that back in the day, like they only had that window. They're like, I gotta get that piece, man. Boom. So I think, you know, that had a lot to do with it too.
You know
Man,
what?
from the beat from Band TV was just the intro. We would play the whole beat. And Nori was like, I just want the intro.
Yeah.
To be honest with you or whatever, like that's
Band for TV.
Crazy
I like
shit.
that song, but I've never thought that was a great beat. I like the song, but I've never thought that was a great beat.
That's a hype.
Crazy shit that Julie, I don't know, that beat was the intro when he sent it to me. It was just the intro part, and then it was some other shit. I was like, yo, I just want that piece, man. And it shot me the whole beat like that. I swear to God. See?
Yeah.
That's facts right there. That's straight facts. It happened.
Yeah,
you know?
man.
And homie didn't get
That's what's up.
mad. He like, you know, he was like, oh, well, you don't like my beat. Well, you know, he was like, fuck it. Here you
If
go.
that's
I was
what
like,
you want, yeah. If that's what
you know? So,
want.
yeah, man.
But yo, you know what's dope about that too? Like the ability for people to actually step back and let go of whatever it is that they believe and be like, oh, if this is how the person hears the record, this is how the person hears the. You get what I'm saying? Like some people hold tight to that and be like, nah,
hell yeah, hell yeah.
5 other sequences in there you got to get through.
You fucking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, because you kind of feel like, you know, you fucking up their program. They're like, oh shit, all right, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, blessings to all the team players out there, man. You know, salute to all them, man. You know, and you know, because we can't do this shit alone, man. You know, it's impossible. You know, this shit. It takes a team. It takes a squad. It takes everybody to believe in this shit. You know, to get it to where it has to go. So, you know. Shout outs to the Mijos.
Shout out to the Mijos.
Any closing words, Imam, XP, anything y'all want to leave us with?
Go ahead, son.
Man, yo, much love to all the supporters out there, man, because we can't do this shit without y'all, because y'all, y'all pay bills, y'all, you put motherfuckers in high rises and shit, man. Like, you guys earn your just due, man, with the support. So hats off to all the supporters out there. Much love to Imam, everybody here. No Ideas Original, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody here, man, that's holding this whole hip hop, culture up and to where it needs to go. And I think, like I said, when the old school links with the new school, that's when the magic happens, man, because that's what moves the culture to the next level, man, is shit like that. So shout out to the OGs holding down the youngsters. Shout out to the youngsters holding down the OGs. Let's get this shit cracking. East, West, Black and Brown, Unity. Let's fucking keep kicking these hot bars and dropping this hot shit, man. Shout out to all the homies in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the motherfucking culture in the building. You already know.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. I just wanna just say, you know what I'm saying, no, nothing short from what XP said, man. I just wanna definitely give him my love. You know what I'm saying?
Salute.
Because I have so much respect for him. You know what
Salute,
I'm saying?
G.
And I look forward to all of the music and the work that we're gonna put in.
Definitely.
And the supporters too, man. Like Son said, man, we can't do this without the supporters, man. All the people out there, you know what I'm saying, on Immortal Time. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? These is facts. And the producers and everybody.
Producers, yeah, the whole team, man. Everybody,
the whole team. It takes a team, man. We looking forward to getting with a lot of the promoters, man. You know what I'm saying? We trying to get to these promoters so they can start getting locked in with the
Deep Math Performance.
The mission. Yeah, the Deep Math
Performance.
You know what I'm saying?
We got the video coming too, man. So you know what I mean? The video's coming too.
We got so much we gonna bring, you know what I'm saying, to the culture, man. The OGs, you know what I'm saying? The young boys, man, like Son said, we bridging the gap. This is epic. Let me just remind the people. East Coast, West Coast, right now, you know what I'm saying? With the age difference between me and Son, like, the different, you know what I'm saying, levels of greatness that we on right now. This is epic. We
doing this shit, man.
Of understanding that. You know what I'm saying? Understand that what we're doing is epic. We're moving the culture forward with a different energy right now. East Coast, West Coast energy. You know what I'm saying? You had it before in the past, and now you're getting it brand new.
Facts. You know, I like that.
So,
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Mijos. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Oracle. You know
salute to QB, LA, you already know, man.
Salute to the whole Queensbridge projects, the whole 696. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the Army. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Amadeus. You know what I'm saying? The Army.
Yeah.
Amadeus.
Fact.
We're saying we locked in for real. And that's it, man. Shout out to No Ideas Original, man. I'm looking forward to the body of work that y'all putting together.
Yep.
That's
what's up. Things like that. If you got any room for XP, you know what I'm saying, please, you know what I'm saying, try to, you know what I'm saying, you make sure that you get something from him. You know what I'm saying? So
lock in, let's go. Yes,
so
sir.
we can stay locked in for real.
And shout out to all my G's in the chat, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, much love, man. Y'all keep holding that shit down. Keep your art first. Keep this shit moving, and we gonna see you motherfuckers out there, man, on the field. You know what I mean?
Make sure you follow No Ideas Original on Instagram and follow No Ideas Original on YouTube. Yeah, right.
Peace. Now I was gonna say, I like the verse Mio had where nigga said, "I've been spitting this nigga that's rocking Willie Esco." That's my nigga.
Top, son.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm loving your shit, bro.
Man, thank you, brother. Appreciate you, bro. We're gonna keep the art first, homie. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm gonna see y'all soon, man. Y'all take care. All right, peace.